I don't have the script for the advertising.
It should be right there.
Is that it? All right. We'll call to order. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided, indicating the time and place of the meeting in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, by advertising a notice in the Star Gazette and the Express Times, and by posting a copy on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Second order of business is to swear in Thomas McKay as mayor. I have been previously sworn in, and I will be sworn in again officially in about 20 minutes by Assemblyman Peters. We'll take a moment for a moment of silence. And now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So what do I do with this voting order? Who takes it?
Yeah, you gotta, your seating change that you're talking about.
Are we having an executive session?
Yeah,
Yeah, we should go into executive.
we should go past the resolution now to hold an executive session, right? Be the next order of business.
Executive session. Now, do I have the issues that are going to be discussed at that executive session? Things are changing so quickly.
Yeah, you'll have an agenda. Agenda.
This new one here? This one?
Yeah, you have all the next pages. You have a packet sitting right here with everything on it. Sorry.
These are the items. It doesn't appear that all of these items are appropriate for executive session. I want to comply with the open meeting law. I see things like loading allotments.
No, it's not.
Can you explain?
Personnel.
What?
That's not personnel. They're not personnel, they're
Well, that's not
volunteers.
personnel.
They're volunteers.
It's all under your workers' comp, and it's contractual.
It's not. They're paid out of we donate from the general budget. They're volunteers.
If you want to not, you should take that off, or you want to not discuss that one, you can discuss that with them.
Well, I just don't want to be held liable for participating in an open meetings at executive committee where you're discussing inappropriate matters. So I want to put that on record. What?
If we don't want to, if we decide not to discuss it, we can discuss it regularly, but there are other things on there that can only be discussed in executive.
They are? Which are?
Litigation.
Well, I see 5 things.
Yeah, those.
Clothing allotment doesn't seem like something.
We talk about personnel.
Personnel and contractual.
It's not.
If not, we don't have to, I don't have a problem with that.
It's going to be written into the contract for next year.
They don't have how do they have a contract?
We can discuss it.
They're
We can-
volunteers.
You know what? We're
That's fine.
discussing it. This is part of executive session, so do we need to make a motion for the public to come back?
But
at
it's not part of
7:30?
executive. How about risk?
I think
I don't think we've opened
Lori,
executive
who asked her
session.
to put on, said she will remove that. So now the discussion is the rest of the
How is risk management?
contractual.
How is that contractual?
We submitted an RFP within the contract. It's on the agenda for tonight.
It's
to
the-
enter a contract.
Yeah, it's an appointment.
It's a contract. You sign a
Okay.
contract. It's in your packet.
Okay.
I made my point. I will make a motion to go into executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments?
I have a comment. I'm not comfortable with talking about whether it's taken off or not, fireman's clothing allotment or the risk management appointment, and based on the Open Public Meeting Act wording, I don't feel comfortable in talking about those in executive session. I don't think they're executive session material. So I would like to just say for the record that I'm saying we shouldn't have them in executive session.
Yeah, I believe they're based on contractual and personnel issues, and I believe we need to discuss it during the executive session, which is the purpose for executive session, so we can discuss that in session without the public present.
Can you, how come these were never brought up in prior executive sessions? This is something new that you're bringing up RFQs in executive session?
Today's our first meeting of the year. So we discuss reorganization, contractual, and personnel issues.
Right, those were not on
Prior
any
executive
agendas
sessions are
prior
always
to
different.
this.
I make a motion that we keep them on. I need a second. We can move forward, please.
You don't have to talk about.
No,
you don't have to talk about. That's why you say again what you talked about. So if you choose not to, the public will know you didn't talk about.
That's fine.
There's a motion on the table to allow it. Is there a second?
Second.
I'll roll call it. Councilwoman Schneider?
No.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Cheslin?
I'll say no to the clothing allowance and yes to the risk management.
Mayor McKay? Carried.
And then we would ask the members of the public to leave the room so we can go to session.
Assemblyman Pearson is here. Like, do you want to wait for the folks to come since they said 7:30?
Assemblyman Peterson is here. He could do my swearing.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do you want to do it at your friends are expecting 7:30 since the
Okay.
meeting started
We'll
at
wait there.
7:30.
Thank you.
I apologize.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion?
Motion,
Second.
comments? Okay, roll call. What do we do? Aye.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Your spiel.
Yeah, you can give the spiel.
Council was in executive session for approximately 30 minutes. The topics of discussion were litigation regarding the lawsuit filed by Mr. Imhoff, the police chief's contract, the risk manager's contract, and request for professional services. The fireman's clothing allotment was not discussed in executive session. The minutes for executive session will be available at such time as the need for confidentiality no longer exists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next order of business would be my oath of office by Assemblyman Peterson, who was kind enough to come to visit us here in LopatCong, and my family, my daughter Colleen, her husband Kevin, and my two granddaughters, Gwen and Nola.
Do you want to come over here and family?
You can stay right in front of the
Photographs. You got a crowd. All right, you ready? We're ready. All right. I, Thomas N. McKay, do solemnly swear
I, Thomas N. McKay, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of mayor
perform all the duties of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Sure. I don't want to steal the mayor's thunder.
But we'd like to say a few words, and thank you for coming and doing this.
I just want to thank you for asking me to come and swear you in. It's an honor. I had saw Tom at the county reorganization, and with the change in the mayorship, I wanted to offer the opportunity to sit down and talk. And then he called on, what's today? Today's Wednesday, on Monday, and asked if I would swear him in. So it was quite an honor, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad to be here tonight with you all in LopatCong. And I just want to wish you all the best. I want to wish all of you the best, and the mayor the best in his term here as mayor. And I just want to wish everyone a happy and healthy and prosperous new year to all of you. And Tom, congratulations. You know, it's quite an honor to be mayor of your town.
It is.
It says people have faith in you, and that's something to take very seriously, but yet it's something to be proud of.
I am proud of you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you, Will. I recognize that we have some visitors from an adjoining township in the room with us. They're from Greenwich Township. They might wish to stand and be recognized. Or maybe they don't. That's most of their council. I want a motion to open the meeting for public comment on agenda items only. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay.
So you all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Anyone who wants to come up to the podium and state your name and address and make a public comment, you're invited to do so now.
On agenda.
On agenda items only.
How are you? My name is Kenny Lutz. I live on 4 Raleigh Court. Congratulations
Thank you.
for taking office. I'm your president of the Athletic Association. There's a couple things I just wanted to make sure with the changeover and having the establishment that we had before. I noticed on number 21 that you're looking into possibly looking at council's duties and responsibilities for their departments. I wanted to let you know that when I took over the Athletic Association, there was no president. It was quite a mess. And now we're headed in the right direction, doing things. And we have Lori Cheslow on there with us. She's doing an excellent job. And I haven't had a chance to talk with you. I know you've been busy with things, but I'm hoping when you reappoint to do certain things, it would be our recommendation from the board that we would have Lori continue to be our liaison between yourself and us, so we can continue to progress forward in a positive manner. I don't know what your direction is planning on. Like I said, I haven't talked with you, but running one of your busiest programs, we want to make sure that we continue to do the best for the kids. So I don't know where that is going, but I just wanted to make sure that I put the bug in, that Lori does a great job. and she's there for the sports and for the kids. So I was just curious to see if things were going to stay the way they are, or you're realigning, or whatever you're doing. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear on our end, because we are one of the top boards around in the town now. Even Phillipsburg High School is working with us very good. So I wanted to make sure you knew all that. Love to catch you up on all the things we're doing. I know you have a lot going on. But if at all possible, we're looking for consistency so we can progress even further.
Thank you for your comment.
Beacon.
Mr. Hall.
Bruce Hall, 187 Stone Drive. Don't know if it's an oversight, but are we going to do the oath of allegiance?
We opened the meeting earlier
At 7 o'clock.
at 7 o'clock. And we did
That was the
that.
open. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I'd like to make a comment if there's nobody else. Just to follow up with
Public comment,
Kenny.
isn't
I'd
Public comment?
like to,
Public.
yeah,
it? She can make a
remember-
public comment. You make it in public comment at the end. She can make it here
Right.
on agenda items.
It's on our agenda items. Regarding the council assignments, as Kenny said, I guess, the mayor has been busy, I guess. We have not had a chance to speak with him regarding our assignments. So, I agree with you. When I started way back when with Lori and under Mayor Steinhardt, he didn't know us from anything, and he didn't know what to expect. And he did take the time out to talk to us and ask us what our interests were and where, explain to us the direction things were going. So we haven't had that opportunity yet with the new mayor. So I would look forward to possibly having that discussion with him before we do any appointments. Because as you'll see, it is on the agenda further on down the list, but it looks like he's going to just make these appointments without non-consent. So, my comment would be I'd like to at least have a discussion regarding those assignments to the different committees. And also, as Kenny had said, we are all moving forward, and we'd like to keep the momentum going in a positive manner. Additionally, there's some other assignments that the mayor will be making later on to different boards. I have an issue with some of those. Some of these assignments that he is going to be doing again without consent of council. Some of them are to be done without consent, but some aren't. Some of these seats they're not open, that these assignments are being made. Also, it looks like he's appointing someone who's a non-citizen to one of our committees. I don't think that that's allowed. And I just wanted to voice my concern, because I think some of these appointments are not proper, not appropriate. So again, I don't want the town to incur any liabilities for any, misreading of the ordinance or the statute, or whichever one happens to be followed at the time. And I just want to make that comment for right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to say, like to make a comment. Starting the new year here with a new mayor, my desire for this year and hopefully for the future is that that we work together as mayor and council. It's important. It is for the best interest of the township. I want to hopefully build bridges, tear some walls down. That is my desire for this year. But we have to work together. I would hope that people will leave their politics or their political agendas at home. Any defamation or allege or accusations, please leave them at the door. Let's come here. We're all grown adults here. I want to have a dialogue with all of us. I want to move forward. I think we can, but it starts with trust, and trust doesn't just happen. It has to be earned. So I hope that we can build that relationship, all of us together, with the new mayor and council. Again, for the best interest of all of you and for us as well. So that is my desire, that is my hope. As we go through the agenda tonight, there'll be different opinions, obviously, and rightfully so. And I can say this, that, we can agree that we won't always agree. I can't make everybody happy in my own household. So we will do our best, and hopefully that we can have a, considering the past few years, this township has been divided. I hope that we can start a new year and start amending some things. Thanks.
I only have one question. Do we do roll call, and are we swearing in the EMS personnel? That's supposed to be before public comment.
Are they all here? I don't even know if they're all here.
Hmm.
On our agenda.
Right.
There's been so many agendas I've been provided.
Can we do
I
a
don't know
roll
which
call
one
though? We didn't do roll call. We didn't do roll call.
No, we didn't. No, let's do it. Okay, do roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider.
Here.
Councilman Belcarra.
Here.
Councilwoman McKay.
Here.
Council President Chesler.
Here.
Mayor McKay.
Here.
EMS. Are they all
Okay,
here?
now we
I
have
don't know.
EMS people that need to be sworn in.
I don't know if they're all
Are you
here.
folks here?
Lou, are they here?
I believe they're out on the call.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay, okay.
Do that later.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I guess no one else wants to comment? All right, so we'll, a motion to close the public comment
Motion.
on agenda items. Motion. Second. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Time to go to new business. New business is a lot today because this is the reorganization meeting. And we have had several versions of what the agenda would be for this. This is the newest one, so I'm not 100% familiar with it, but I'll make my best effort at going down and going through each of the items. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this, and I would suggest that we might want to do it, the reorganization items, with a consent agenda and just read the titles into the record.
Or you can do that. There's a few that have to be pulled out if we deal with money. We have to pull them out and do them separately. Beth, do you want to maybe take off the ones that we can do as consent? Maybe we could, the council could circle them and just say them.
Sure. Resolution number 1. Resolution number 4. Resolution number 6. Resolution, well, I'm going to leave 7 because there's a mayor's request to table that. Resolution number 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17,
Maybe you want to stop there.
I think I'm going to stop
Stop
right
there.
there.
All right, I will then finish reading these as part of the consent agenda, and then we'll make a motion at the end to vote on them. Is that how you do it?
Sure, you
Is that appropriate?
you could call for a, you just call them by number if you wish.
I think you're supposed to read them in, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's so many versions of this, I'd be
Yeah.
hesitant
Oh,
to-
sure, yeah.
All right, resolution number 1 is the annual meeting calendar. And we asked to consider adding some meeting days on February 21, February 18, March 18, and December 30th to the meeting calendar. As we need, what did I say?
You missed January.
Thank you.
February 20th.
I'll need a lot of help tonight.
No problem.
Keep it going. Yeah, so we'll need some extra meetings up in the beginning of the year for the budget, and then at the end of the year, there's always a meeting. So why not put them in now and then advertise them once and have it done? That's my thinking. Resolution number 2, charge for individuals requesting annual meeting calendar. Resolution number 3, establish cash management plan. Resolution number,
And that was pulled out of consent.
Yeah, the ones that I called off that you were supposed to circle, you wanted to put in a
Oh, I'm sorry.
consent agenda. Do you want me to call them again for you, Tom?
no, I understand you. I got
Okay.
it. I made little marks. All right. Resolution number 1 with the annual meeting calendar, that's still there. Then we go to resolution number 4, designation of official newspapers. Now, we had some discussion on that.
Well, you had, asked
Which
if
ones we
we
should
wanted to
use.
change it,
Yes,
and I said there would be a considerable fee, change in your budget line item to leave the Star Gazette and go with the Star Ledger.
Correct.
You're probably looking at double your costs.
All right, but there was a third
What I put
option.
in,
There was a third newspaper.
We're still doing the Express, correct?
Yes.
But there was one other.
there's the Courier, there's a
Yeah,
couple
throughout
different.
the career. Perhaps what you want to do is ask the clerk to kind of do some research for council and maybe give you a list of what it would cost to advertise
That
in,
would be great.
just for, if you wanted to give for everyone's benefit, the newspaper. The way the law works is you're supposed to advertise in a newspaper that prints and circulates in your municipality. No one prints and circulates in the Township of Lopatcong. And then you're supposed to go to the county, which is why the Star Gazette is everyone's newspaper. It's my understanding, and this is something I think Beth will look into, is that the Warren Reporter, which is part of the Star Gazette, no longer has offices in Warren County. I believe they have moved to Flemington. So they no longer print and circulate in Warren County. I don't believe there is any newspaper that prints and circulates in Warren County. That being said, then the next thing you do is you go to someone who prints and circulates in the state of New Jersey and circulates in the Township of Lopatcong. So that opens you up to a lot more options. Picking a daily paper would give the council some more options to have special meetings faster. However, as the clerk has said, the cost is exponentially more to print in a daily paper than to print in the Star Gazette. But it takes 2 weeks notice almost to get something into the Star Gazette. So I recommended that perhaps council wants to have Beth prepare kind of a survey of what each paper charges, and then council can have an educated discussion on the way the costs and the benefits and each particular paper, which costs the most. So you can designate a paper for now if you'd like, or you could just table it. If you want, you can just pull it.
No, we'll keep Express Times in case we have to do something between them.
Oh, I need 2 newspapers.
We'll keep the ones you have, and then we'll come
Okay.
back with your study.
Perfect.
And that's the Express Times and the
Is there
Star
a
Gazette.
deadline?
Is there a deadline we need to have these postings in the newspaper?
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
Each paper has their own, that's what I'm saying, if you did,
The state deadline for advertising meeting dates.
right, and so if you pick these papers for
So
now.
right now, I will
So we
do
meet
the
that when we
advertising.
can.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, the next item for the consent agenda will be resolution number 6, reappoint Village Medical Associates as township physicians. Resolution number 10, adopt Robert's Rules as a basic guide for fair and orderly procedure in meetings. Resolution number 11, reappoint Wayne Deegan as 9/11 coordinator. Resolution number 12, reappoint Christopher Troxel as municipal prosecutor. Resolution number 13, reappoint Scott Wienheim as municipal public defender. Resolution number 15, reappoint Beth Phillips, qualified purchasing agent. Resolution number 16, reappoint Beth Phillips as public agency compliance officer as mandated by the Department of Treasury with regard to contract compliance. And resolution number 17, reappoint Brad Decker as recycling coordinator and authorize submission of recycling tonnage grant application. All right, I would look for a motion to approve those consent items.
Motion.
Second,
Second?
Second.
roll call that. Councilwoman
Do
Schneider?
we have any discussion?
Discussion?
Yeah, discussion. As far as number 1, I cannot do 2 meetings in January or February.
I think it's
I can do March and December, but I just can't do January and February at this point.
I think it's difficult to pull in a second meeting each month. You know, we've been meeting for the first Wednesday of the month since the town began ages ago, and I think 1 meeting a month is sufficient to cover the business we need to take care of. We also need 30 days when we're on all these other committees and we have other meetings to attend to. We really need a month's time to get things together and get ready for the next monthly meeting. You know, there's a lot of paperwork to go through, and there's a lot of preparing for the meetings, and I think that it wouldn't be as beneficial if we keep breaking it down into 2 meetings a month. I think the 1 meeting a month works sufficiently as it stands right now. Now, that being said, if we need to have a special meeting like we've done in the past, we can always call a special meeting. We have had special budget meetings in the past. I think it started in March. We had some in March, some in April. So that's what I'd like to say. I have no problem with the first Wednesday of the month. I think many members of the town, those that are here, those that aren't here, have it ingrained in their minds. First Wednesday of the month is our meetings. You know, we're also coming into the great weather month too, so we may run into some snow issues and everything else. So I just think we should leave the schedule as the first Wednesdays.
I have a few comments about that. It is budget season coming up, and we absolutely need to have some meetings. We're not throwing out our first Wednesday meeting of every month. That meeting still stands. It's just an additional meeting. This is a new mayor. There's a lot of work to be done, and if you can't make a meeting, it doesn't mean that everyone has to attend. So we only need, what, 3? We only need 3. So if you can't attend those meetings, then by all means, don't come to the meeting. But, you know, I think we need to have those meetings. We have a lot of work to be done, and I think they should remain.
I don't agree.
All right, then why don't we pull number 1 out of the consent agenda, and we'll vote on that separately.
You need to make a motion to amend.
All right, I'm making a motion to amend the consent agenda to remove resolution number 1.
Okay.
Motion?
No, well,
Motion.
why are you removing?
Second.
Because
We're doing it
it
off-
requires
Separate.
further discussion, so
We're
you
not
have to
taking
take
it out
it
of
out of the
consent.
agenda.
Motion.
Second.
We can do it all in favor.
All in favor?
I don't think it needs to be, right. Yeah. I'm saying no. I don't think it needs to be discussed. We need to have the meetings in the calendar now.
We'll vote on it.
It's the motion carried.
All right, so then I make a motion to, let's do a roll call?
Yeah, we
We'll
had
do a
a-
roll call on the consent.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
So we're roll calling on the remaining items,
yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Okay, yes.
Council President Chesley.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. All right, now, I think we can cover resolution number 1 as a separate item, so I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 1 as a separate item. Second,
Second.
All in
Now
favor?
comments? We had
Questions,
comments anymore?
Anybody have any more comments?
I don't have a problem with having extra meetings. I just, we're, like we said, it's the 7th and the 21st and February 4th and February 18th and March 4th. I mean, February is a very short month. How long did it take you to prepare for this meeting? How many
Yeah.
days?
Right.
For all of us.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Well, this is a
It's
reorg
a big
meeting.
Yeah.
It's not a regular
That's why I
meeting.
say, like,
It's
I
very
really,
Budget meetings are intense too. I think we need to set up special meetings for those and not lock us in right now.
I mean, December 30th we need.
February 21st is 2 weeks from today.
I would,
That's
you know,
not
what?
enough time.
I would be okay if we could amend this to take off February 21st, leave the 18th and the 2 18ths on.
And the January?
You want to take off
Take
January
off January,
21st and
yeah.
February, March
Mhm.
18th.
I don't agree. I think they should stay. We still have a lot of business to take care of after this reorg meeting. You know, I think the meeting needs to stand at January 21st.
Again, we're going to be having 2 meetings a month. The public has it ingrained to come on the first Wednesdays of the month.
Well, they
I
do.
think it's a lot of work to set up 2 meetings a month, and we don't have enough time to get our agenda prepared for the public, to give them information.
Well, we should have plenty of time to get the agenda prepared. You know, today is the 7th.
I guess we'll have to
That's
agree to
2 weeks.
disagree on that.
That's 2 weeks to get a.
Well, we have a motion out there to vote on.
I
Call for
I
the
have a
vote.
It's still
motion and a
comments.
second.
It's still comments. I believe that they should
I'll
stand.
call the roll. Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Valcarro,
You know, according to this, we'd be having a meeting every 2 weeks.
It's just for 3 months.
Doesn't matter.
It's budget
Too much.
season.
Special meeting.
I don't have a problem with that as much. Again, it's just
I think
it
it's.
doesn't hurt to have it.
so are you saying
So you say
yes?
Again, if,
All of them?
yeah, I'd say
All of
yes.
them?
Okay. Councilwoman McCabe,
No.
Council President Cheslin?
No.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Okay.
Not
Not this time, at the
no,
end.
no.
And just so you know, council knows, if you decide later that you don't need or want that meeting,
Mhm.
you can always cancel
Okay.
it. Okay.
Sure. All right, now we're going to do any of these items one by one, it appears.
Mhm.
All right. Make a motion to accept resolution number 2, charge for individuals regarding annual meeting calendar.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McKay?
Yes.
Council President Cheslin?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes.
Are we supposed to be having a discussion after we do the motion in the second?
Yeah, we'll make
Okay.
it, yeah.
Are we sure? Resolution number 3, to establish cash management plan. Make a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Discussion? Comments?
No.
No, roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McKay?
Yes.
Council President Cheslin?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 5. Oh, no, wait a minute, that's on hold, I'm sorry. That's on hold.
Well, can we,
You can say the resolution and then we can call the table.
Okay, resolution number 5, appointment of township attorney. I'm tabling that for the moment. Resolution,
wait, do we discuss that?
Discussion.
You just have to make a motion to table it.
Oh, you don't have to, it's a mayor's, it's the mayor putting
Mayor
it forward.
vote.
Well, you still have to vote.
What?
Do we have to vote to table it? What do we do?
No, you don't have to vote to
Mayor's
table it.
vote.
No,
No vote,
it-
right?
So
you're
no
not,
vote, so no comment?
no,
Okay.
nothing.
Have a discussion.
Oh, we can have a discussion.
You shouldn't have it. What? It's being
Being very
tabled, there's no
transparent.
discussion. What was that?
Is it being very transparent if we don't have a discussion on why we're tabling it?
Well, of course.
All right, have your discussion.
Why are we
Why are we
tabling it?
tabling it?
Why are we tabling it?
We're tabling it because I'm not confident in the situation that we have right now with some of the professionals. And I think it's time for us to look around to get a fresh perspective. We've had some professionals around for over 10 years. State guidelines indicate you should really start looking after 5 and probably change by 10. And I think it's time for us to freshen things up, get a new outlook, and that's why. So I'm going to seek to do that, and I'm going to do that by appointing a committee of the mayor, a search committee or a task force to go out and look for some of these professionals. And I'm going to ask that Mr. Belcarro and Ms. Schneider populate that task force.
Just the two of them?
Yes.
Not you included, correct?
Not me. And to come back with us as soon as they can with their thoughts on how we should proceed.
I thought that was the purpose of the RFPs, that law firms submit their RFP and we vote on that.
You don't need an RFP.
We have, excuse me, we have 3 RFPs that came in. One is our current attorney and 2 others. Not sure what the discussion is and why the need to appoint a task force to find an attorney. We already have quite capable attorneys here that have been doing a very good job.
And how do we
Under
do
the
this?
fair and open process, the RFP is required when you spend over 17.5 years' time.
Right.
That's why we went out, because we recognize the fair and open process.
Okay.
Well, then it would be
Which we did.
beneficial for us to reopen that. And I would ask you to do that, to reopen that.
What's the cost of doing RFPs again? Is there any to us?
No, but I would believe that
You have
you
to re-advertise.
You have to
you have to
re-advertise?
re-advertise, but I would believe, I was going to say that you do have to reject the RFPs formally.
I have a comment. I don't believe in fixing something that isn't broken. Our professionals have been, and I've said this last year, and I will say it again this year. Our professionals have been with us for 10 years. there's no justifiable reason to change them. With all due respect, Mayor, the Mayor's opinion, to change just for the sake of changing. They've been competent. They've been doing diligent work. That has been shown time and time again. Again, what the state says, just a recommendation to change the professionals doesn't mean you have to. My interpretation of that is if the township has a problem with the professionals, then sure, the recommendation will become easy to do that. I don't see no justifiable reason to change our professionals because of their professionalism they're doing to this, and this great service they've been doing to this township. I said it last year and I say it again, and I'm going to stand by that. I understand you put me on a committee with Councilwoman Schneider to seek further into this. We'll see how it goes tonight, but that's my opinion of our professionals. Did they know the township? To bring someone new into this township and to start over and to pay them to learn our township, it's going to cost us more money.
Right.
The RFPs have been entered, and they still, our professionals are still cheaper than the other ones submitted their pay rate.
Right.
That's it.
My concern is that we did the RFPs. We did the process in December. We closed it in December, and most of us received copies of them, so we know what they are. And if you're going out on a mission finding, you know what was in those proposals. Now, how is that contractually? Like, if you go to somebody and say, hey, if you really want to get into Lopat, you need to bid this, because you already know what those other people submitted. I mean, because if they submit it again.
So would everyone else, the public documents, they can Oprah those. Any law firm can
Right.
come in and Oprah those documents.
But not during, I mean, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with this because we did the RFP process, and I don't understand to do it again. We already did it, and we did receive multiple submissions.
3.
If I'm feeling like maybe the person you wanted to submit it didn't do it and you're giving them extra time, and I don't know. I mean, everybody has to play by the same rules.
Everyone does, and certainly that is what we want. We want everyone to get a share, and we think, a fair shake. I have no special person. I haven't asked anybody to do it, and I just think we need to talk to some more firms and more people.
I disagree. We have a process in place where we go out and we ask for the RFPs. This is a well-known process amongst all towns, amongst all the attorneys, and amongst the law firms. And believe me, law firms are looking for work, so they know it's time to put in your RFPs, and they get them in time. They also know that it's not worthwhile to put in an RFP to a town that does not have a problem with its attorney, because that's also well-known, splashed over the newspaper headlines. You know if a town is having an issue with their attorney. And I can reiterate, we have not had an issue. Contrary to comments out there, we have not. They've been very professional, and reliable. And I think in this year, it's especially important that we keep our professionals. We have a new attorney and we have a new CFO. We need to keep some stability into this town. If we throw it all up in the air for the sake of change, I'm not sure you're going to get what you're looking for. It may end up being a disaster. We need to keep some stability at least for another year, maybe 2 years, and then you can move forward from that point. But to change it now for the sake of change, I strongly disagree.
Mayor, are you saying that you just want to change for the sake of change? I didn't hear you say that you want to change for the sake of change.
No, I didn't say that.
And it is the mayor's that needs to put forth the name, and I respect the mayor's decision, and I will take the initiative and take on this task force and find some attorneys around in the area that are experienced and that have experienced all of the townships around here, that maybe we can find someone that, well, Tom, maybe the mayor could work well with.
How is this working though? Are we doing an RFP? We have to do an RFP. So anybody can submit a proposal.
Correct.
We have to do an RFP by law. We can't just go around and knock on doors.
Normally you
I
could,
don't
but
think that's true.
the Township of Lopatcong has followed pay to play. So in
Right.
order to follow pay to play, you need to do it that way. But generally, you don't have to go out for RFP.
But because we filed, okay.
That's your practice, right? It's in
It's
your,
exactly
it's in
our
your
practice.
ordinance?
I don't think we have an
I don't-
ordinance
I didn't
to
see-
play.
I honestly don't know.
We have been consistently, following that procedure since the law took effect.
And isn't the attorney appointed with consent of council?
No,
Yes.
no, it is
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he hasn't
Council,
appointed
yeah,
someone,
sorry.
so we can't vote, and there's no consent because he hasn't put forth a name.
Only the mayor can put forth a name that the council has to vote on.
Correct. Okay.
I will, thank you, Mayor, for appointing me to the task force. I will do my best to bring you
Are we
some
doing an RFP?
reputable
though?
names.
What are we doing? Are we doing an RFP?
Yeah.
Like, do we have to do an
That's our
RFP?
current procedure.
And so in the meantime, is our current attorney a holdover and able to handle any issues that come up? In the meantime, I have no idea, there was not a time frame or deadline put on this task force.
I would be a holdover until you
She's
appoint someone else.
so-
My
Okay.
contract actually states that I'm a holdover until you appoint someone else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, resolution number 7.
No.
No. Okay. Resolution number 7, appointment authorizing defense of municipal appeals, mayor's request to table, so that's another one we're holding off.
Discussion.
Discussion.
Just so you're aware, the township would be unable to file tax appeals if we don't. That's not saying, that's not appointing a specific attorney, that's merely appointing the township attorney to work with the assessor and file and settle tax appeals. Kathy might be here if you want to ask her.
But that would be, is that you also?
At this time, yes, but you wouldn't have to change it if you changed attorneys. It gives the authority for the assessor to work with me and file tax appeals.
So I don't think it should be tabled. We should,
So we wouldn't be able to defend any of our appeals
yeah.
if we don't do this?
I haven't seen the actual motion. I'm not sure if it would be defend the appeals, but you wouldn't be able to.
Can we read the, let's look at the resolution.
Yeah, actually, yes, because it says you wouldn't be able to file, prosecute any tax complaints, to correct errors, complaints for added, omitted, or assessment, defend, settle, or stipulate.
Well, do we have a time frame on,
You have a trial going on right now. on
Right now.
appeals.
we have a trial going on, right?
Yes, yes. It's a several day, and I think it had trial yesterday. Mr. Cohen from my office handles that.
But wouldn't you just be a holdover as like the other appointment?
Yes, or no, you're not appointing me tax appeal attorney. What that motion says is that the attorney of the township, so whoever the attorney is, has the authority to work with the assessor to prosecute, defend, stipulate your appeals. So all you're doing is it's a statutory requirement that you have to pass a resolution to authorize that. And if you changed your attorney tomorrow, you wouldn't have to pass a new resolution. It's just authorizing the township attorney. It's just an annual thing that you have to do.
Well, the mayor has it as a holdover, so,
Well, could Tom, what do you think? I mean, we're right in the middle of a trial right now. How does this affect our trial? Can we no longer attend?
it's not like we're, Tom, we're not gonna take, a month to find someone to
Well,
be
if
the
we're doing
municipal.
RFPs, it takes a while.
If you want me to look at my calendar, you have tax court matters every Tuesday, pretty much. I can look and tell you. I was
Maybe
there
Kathy could
yesterday.
weigh in on this, our tax assessor? Would she be able?
Well, what I'm understanding it is, Katrina would be a holdover.
Right, this
But-
resolution authorizes any attorney, whoever the attorney is at the time, to do all those things. If they don't authorize it,
We can't.
Then what
then I
if-
can't work.
We're right in the middle with Larry Gardner with our tax appeal, so,
I think we need to make this
Yeah.
appointment.
yeah, that is a priority.
Okay.
I would still say it's a holdover.
our municipal appeals won't be till April, but right now, I think that we are in the middle of.
Right.
the state of doing that.
Yeah, we're not
One
appointing
yesterday.
Katrina as our tax appeal attorney. We're just authorizing the attorney of the town to actually
Do the
If
work.
you
To do the
change
work.
attorneys, you wouldn't have to do anything
Anything.
to change this
Yes.
resolution. This just authorizes whoever's the attorney.
All right, then I'll take a motion to accept that. I'll remove the mayor's request to table.
Thank you. Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. Resolution number 8, authorize interest to be charged on delinquent taxes. Motion.
Second?
Roll call. Oh, you want to talk about
Any
it? Start discussion?
No.
Roll call then.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. Resolution number 9, authorize tax collector to process and cancel any municipal charged refunds or delinquencies for less than $10.
Motion?
Second.
Discussion.
No.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler.
Yes. 10, 11, 12, get to 14. I think 14, yeah. Excuse me,
Number 14, Mayor.
14, number
Yes.
14.
That's the one that we tabled.
But we can have a discussion, right? So why are we tabling appointing the township auditor?
For the same reasons, Township Board has been in place for over 10
Okay,
years.
so I'll have the same discussion on that as well. We went out for RFP for township auditor. We received 2. One is our current auditor, the other one is the auditor that's currently over in Greenwich. Not sure what the issue is. Again, this town needs to maintain a level of stability. We need to move forward. We need to not detract from the work that has to get done, putting all political agenda aside. We need to continue with the work of this town.
We do. And in the interest of stability rather than stagnation, we need to, I think, get some change and get some people in here that have different ways of looking at things, have different background, different experiences. And I think we can accomplish that by changing some of the professionals after so many years.
Well, I think our auditor is a auditor for more than several towns in the state of New Jersey, and has done good work for us. We have had not received any issues from the state of New Jersey. And again, we only have 2 auditors here. Again, it's our own that we currently have and the one from Greenwich. 2 choices. I'm not sure why we're tabling this. Additionally, I understand that there's a report, a debt report that needs to be done by the end of this month. We need to have our CFO working with the auditor, and we need to move forward and get that work
Just do all of it too.
The auditor
started.
in holdover.
We can't delay on appointing auditors and having task forces.
The auditor holdover? So now with this whole process of the task force, what exactly happens? Will Lou and Donna go out and handpick people and come back and only bring them? Or is it an RFP process? Because again, this is usually a $30,000
Well, do you
contract.
want to open up the RFP process, or we can just do the task force and Lou and I can go out and find some folks?
Why are we
Some firms.
redoing an
So
RFP
basically, we'll go out and find
process?
people not in Nisavatia. That's
That's
probably what will happen.
That's what it sounds like. We've already done an
Well, that's why
RFP
he's holding it over.
Why are we doing it over?
So they can knock out Nisavatia. Who's the mayor?
I repeat, we are not out to eliminate anybody. We're looking for new perspective. We're looking for new capabilities, new people that can help us. And, you know, after many, many years using the same professionals, people get very familiar with each other and things kind of get fuzzy,
You know what?
and I don't
With
like that.
Auditors
Fine,
have to
fuzzy.
follow their own rules, that their ethics, they're not going to bend rules because they happen to like one town better than the other. They have their licenses that they need to maintain. They have ethics and values that they have to uphold. And again, the RFP process is well known throughout the state of New Jersey. The auditors know which towns to apply to. So by going out again, what are we accomplishing? We're delaying the work of this town, and I think it's making more unnecessary work, and I think this is unnecessary.
Well, we do have a meeting on January 18th, and I actually would
And I'll
like
say the
to,
same thing, and it's January 21st.
or 21st, sorry. The 21st, we do have a meeting, and I actually would like to interview the other proposal. I'd like to bring them in. It would be nice to actually speak to some folks.
You don't do that.
And meet them personally rather than just look at an RFQ.
Is that under the RFP then? So we're going to interview the people from the RFP, or are we doing a task force?
You can't do something illegal.
That's illegal.
It's not illegal.
Ethical procedure. Point of order. I understand that it is the mayor's prerogative to table or table not. And Mr. Mayor, I believe you decided to table the issue, and I think you should move on with the agenda as it outlined.
And we're allowed to discuss the
We're not allowed
matter.
to discuss it as council.
So point of
people.
order,
Thank you.
right back at you.
All right, well, Mayor, it's your decision. Should I move it on, Mayor? If you're going to stay with your decision, I would like to move to the next resolution.
I just want to put one thing on the record. Last year's contract that hired Nizavachia is already in place for them to perform the audit for 2014.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Where are we, number 18?
And is there any more discussion?
They're in place to do our audit for this year?
Yes, they are. They're,
Okay.
the
Why are we
contract is
voting
signed.
on this? Why is this even on the agenda?
For 14,
Oh,
now
sorry.
they need help.
I'm sorry.
For 15.
Thank you.
Okay.
2015.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for that.
Right.
So Nisavachi, you can do our audit for
Yes, he
2014.
is contracted
All
to do
right,
that.
got it.
Okay. As long as our audit gets done.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, resolution number 20. Appoint,
18.
oh, 18? What?
No, you're skipping.
Request to table, but we have a discussion.
What are we on?
Is computers
Oh.
18?
18.
All right, here we go. Resolution number 18, appoint for computer services.
Are they
Appointment for
holdover?
computer services.
They have a holdover because I was going to be working on the website with them, and they have everything on our server. We're on their server.
Yeah, everybody's going to be a holdover because
Okay.
we still need to, move forward with our operation.
Yeah.
So what was the deadline on this task force? They're going to be researching auditors, attorneys, information technology. That's a lot of work to get done in 2 weeks. Unless you had someone specific in mind.
I have no one specific in mind.
I would just like the
Okay.
task force to take special attention to the computer services, just to know that we are on, everything is on our professional server. So that will require moving everything.
Thank you.
So it'll be an additional
Okay.
cost.
And a great expense.
All right, Mayor, are you?
He can run the meeting.
Resolution number 19, appointment of labor attorney. Again, the mayor is requested to table this.
We had one.
Discussion.
My only discussion is if we can look into the legality of what we're doing to make sure that we're not breaking the pay-to-play law. Please, if we could just do that.
That would be good.
Again, we received one RFP for our labor attorney, and it's our current labor attorney. No other ones applied. And again, attorneys know it's time to apply if you want to be the town's labor attorney. I disagree with this procedure. I'm not sure that it's legal, and I don't want this town to be held liable for taking this action. My comment.
Okay, we're not open for questions right now. At the end.
Katrina, weigh in on the legality, or?
You asked me to, again.
As a citizen who's paying taxes, like everybody else, I think we have the right to know what the legality is. And the question of legality
being brought up.
I'll do that. I'll make a motion to, if I could make a motion to authorize our attorney, Katrina Campbell, to look into legality of the process.
Holdover attorney to look into the legality.
Is there a second?
Second.
Did you want to,
Roll call?
Roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider,
No.
Councilman Valcarro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
No.
Motion's carried.
Resolution number 20, appoint the council president.
Is that an appointment from council?
Yes.
Do you have an
Yes,
appointment?
I have an
I'd like
appointment.
to appoint Lou Belcaro.
I have an appointment. I'd like to appoint Lori Chesler. She did a great job last year. She worked very diligently. She stayed in touch with all the members of council. She helped work to get the job done. And I think that she should keep the position. I don't think there's a need to change everything that's.
I believe I made the appointment. I brought forth the name.
All right, so I need a second on that. I'll second it.
Okay, so Donna, Tom, and that was to nominate Lou Belcaro.
Was Lou asked if he wanted to be president?
I tried to reach out to you today. That's it.
I'm honored. I want to thank Councilwoman Schneider, but I believe Lori's been doing a good job at that position, and I'd like to leave it at that.
I would like to just say before we move on, that I voted for Lou because Lou has said that he wants to work with the mayor, and he's shown that he wants to work with the mayor. I don't see Lori as wanting to work with the mayor, and he needs someone who can stay with him and be by his side and give him guidance. And as so far, none of that has been received by Lori.
I disagree. I think I'm the only person here who reached out to him. The only person here.
You reached out, but your actions speak louder than your words.
What actions? What actions?
Yeah.
Okay, what do we do? We vote?
No,
Yeah.
we would call for additional
Well-
nominations.
You know,
Yeah.
all due respect, Councilwoman Schneider, here's the opportunity right now, before all of you, that Lori can sit down with the mayor and work together, okay? So it's before you, and the iota falls on the mayor and council president.
Is there additional nominations?
Yes, I'd make an additional nomination to vote Lori Chesler as council president to remain.
All right, discussion.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second?
Second.
Sorry. Discussion. It should be noted that Ms. Chesler was not voted on to become the council president. She was appointed. Matter of fact, from what I can tell, every council president in the past was appointed. This year, we've decided to follow the law and have an appropriate election for this position, and I'm very glad to see that. So I just thought I would make that up.
I respectfully disagree with that. Mayor Steinhardt made the recommendation. No one disagreed last year.
It was voted.
No, there was no vote. No, it was not. It's not in the minutes, it's not on the video, and I did not vote for it.
Mr. McKay, in your email to me yesterday, you said that you wanted to change, that Mr. Steinhardt at the end of the meeting asked the council approve all of the appointments on his list, council president being one of them. The entire governing body voted on it. So in your own email, you told me that that's what happened. Have I
It's not
checked
what
the minutes?
happened.
No.
It was treated as an appointment.
It was voted on by the entire council.
The mayor
In my
asked.
opinion, it was voted on by
Mayor
council.
did ask.
The mayor
Therefore, it's
asked,
appropriate.
he did speak to us regarding
And if it wasn't, you had
appointments.
45
He
days
did
to
not
challenge
speak
it.
to anyone regarding, he may have spoken to you, but he did not speak to me regarding it, and it says in the minutes that she is designated the council president.
You had 45 days from that date to challenge it.
Should I call the roll, Mayor?
You may call the roll.
Councilwoman Schneider,
No,
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler,
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
No.
The motion's carried.
Nice, bird. Nice.
All right, the mayor is to read into the record the council department responsibilities. If I had them, I don't know which version we're on.
Mayor, I can give it to you. This is the sheet that you sent me today.
I want to do this. Resolutions.
All right, I'll read these so you can all hear them. These are the assignments that it is the responsibility of the mayor to make. As to my own responsibilities, administrative and executive personnel first level liaison, public safety director, planning board class 1, South Warren Regional Police Commission, and ex officio on boards, commissions, committees, associations, etc. As to Donna Schneider, DPW, Clean Communities and Recycling, first level liaison, Shared Services Negotiations Committee, Finance Committee, Administrative and Executive Personnel, second level liaison. Mr. Belcaro, Sewer Department, Planning Board Class 3, DPW, Clean Communities and Recycling, second level liaison, Shared Services Negotiations Committee, and the Finance Committee. Lori Chesla, Board of Education Liaison, Recreation Committee, Animal Control First Level Liaison, Shade Tree Commission, and Technology. And Maureen McCabe, Municipal Insurance and Fund Commissioner, Lopatcong Athletic Association Liaison, Public Buildings and Grounds, Animal Control Second Level Liaison, and EDAC Liaison. So those are my assignments for the council members. This isn't something that's voted upon. This is something the mayor just does.
Without discussion with any of the members of council.
Nobody made themselves available to me.
As I stated earlier, Mayor Steinhardt reached out to us, to me, to Lori, and had discussions with us regarding our interests, our preferences, how things worked, and that was not done here. I am interested in building bridges here and trying to do teamwork, but I'm just not seeing it yet.
Well, what I was interested in doing is getting people different experiences, different, committees to work on, different things to do that would make them better rounded council people. I don't see that there's anything here that's hurtful to anyone. I think it's just a lot of, just try to mix things up a little bit.
Well, in the interest of continuity.
I was not contacted by Mayor Steinhardt to ask me what boards I would like to be on.
That was because you took over Victor's seat. When we came on, there was 3 new people in 1 year.
That doesn't change the fact that Mayor Steinhardt did not contact me to ask me what I would have been interested in.
My only concern, and I don't know if we can have a discussion, is that as council president, I am the backup to the mayor, and so admin and executive is supposed to go with the council president, I believe, for second level liaison, and planning board class 3, Lou actually has to be, we have an appointment for that.
Yes, that's an appointment. That's my assumption.
Yeah, there's a separate resolution for that.
Yeah, there's a separate resolution for that. I just don't know about the admin and executive.
And shared services / negotiations.
You're supposed to act on the mayor's, inability to, so you have to be second in charge.
All right.
And admin and exec should be under you.
And shared services / negotiations committee is written as if it's one committee. Those are 2 separate committees. And I think that's a lot of work for the people that are appointed on them. It should be split up. That's just my comment.
Oh, I don't believe there's too many negotiations this year, are there?
Do you have the
Anticipated?
cable? Just the cable bill is up in 2016.
So it starts.
Yeah, it could have started last year.
There's really only one cable company we can contract out with, so there's not much negotiating that can actually be done.
There's some other committees we'd like to form. We won't do that today. We'll talk about them before we do it. A seniors committee, one that does a lot of things to help the seniors out, would be something I'd like to see. And some form of enhanced communications committee. So these are things I'd like to see in the future, but for now, this was my best shot at doing it. So.
Well, we did appoint me as a senior liaison last year, so I've been working with them already.
Well, you were just asked by Lori. There wasn't a vote.
Mayor Steinhardt appointed her.
You asked her, not Mayor Steinhardt.
For which committee are you talking to?
Senior. That's,
Yeah. It's neither here nor there at this point.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
later.
We
Let's
don't
move
need to
on
talk
to the
about it
next
now.
item. Appointments to all expired and vacated municipal boards. Again, I don't have to.
I'll get it for you, Mayor.
All right.
And this is what you sent me today.
All right, now the way these work, to my understanding from doing the research on it, is that certain boards are the purview of the mayor just to make appointments to. Other boards, the mayor recommends people and the council consents on it. The boards I'm going to speak to now and the positions I'm going to speak to are those that the mayor makes. First one is the planning board. Now there's various classes within the planning board. The class 1 position is for the mayor, and I'm going to take that position, and it's a one-year appointment. Class 2 is an employee of the municipality. Wayne Deegan is there, and I'll continue him as a reappointment. Class 4, the way I calculate it, from looking at documentation and requesting documents to substantiate who is in these offices, and to the extent that they came to me, I considered them. To the extent they didn't come to me, I couldn't. And so I believe these are open positions, open seats for various reasons. And I show 3 Class 4 open seats, and to which I am going to appoint Mark Gural, Gary Wolf, and Ken Tishy.
it's not comment time.
There's only one seat.
It's not time for comment.
Bruce.
Yep, but it's not time for comment.
You can say it.
Planning board.
I know.
Public
You can
comment.
comment at that
You
later.
could do a
Public
public
comment.
But
You can comment on it later. He's aware.
there's only one seat.
He's been made aware.
Yeah.
There are questions as to certain people's being appropriately put into these boards.
Correct.
And I asked to see documentation to substantiate that. The documentation was not forthcoming. It is my assumption, therefore, they are not properly appointed to the boards.
That's your opinion. And we had the right to
It's
have.
not
You can do
public
public comment.
comment.
Yeah, we can do
So-
it in public comment, Bruce.
And we have 2 alternates, and we're appointing Peter Olszewski and you, Bruce Hall.
You have to be an American citizen.
Yeah.
I think we've sent some information in on that.
I am already a Class 4 member. My term expires at the end of 2015. I have documentation to show that.
Please bring it to me because no one else has it.
At the end of the meeting,
At the end of the meeting.
What? No, you're voting on it now. Why do something?
There's no vote on this. These are my appointments.
There's no vote.
And if you can come forth later and show me evidence,
Bring
then
it
I will
up public.
change.
Bring it up.
I can only work with what I'm given, Bruce.
Well, you're not asking the members. There are only 2 seats. There's an alternate and there's a Class 4 member. Those are the only 2 seats that are vacant. Anything other than that, you need to call. They have the right to have for a public hearing. It's in the law.
Then we'll go to Shade Tree Commission.
You've got environment.
Wait.
Oh, I forgot Environmental. Environmental Conservation Commission, 2 appointments here. A member and chairwoman will be Jennifer Leifer.
Jennifer.
Jennifer Leifer, I guess. And a member will be Mark Gural. Next is the Shade Tree Commission. We're not sure of the status of this, if it's going to continue or not, but in the meantime, we need people to go to it. So we're nominating, or we're appointing Lisa Carrera and Lee Rozicki to that committee. Okay. Yeah. All right, the number 23 is the mayor. McKay will appoint the finance committee. Motion?
Motion.
Wait,
Second.
who's,
I think you have to say who it is,
who is it?
just to reiterate it.
Oh, it's Lou Belcaro and
Donna Schneider.
Donna Schneider, yeah. Confusing myself.
There's a motion.
Any discussion?
A second.
Is there a second?
Yeah, second.
No,
Okay.
you made,
I already
you made the
did.
motion.
Did I make the motion for that
Yeah,
one?
Lori
I
seconded.
seconded it, sorry,
All right.
we're good.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler,
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. Governing body appointments. I need that too now. Okay, now, the way this has been done, I think the governing body is asking for Councilman Belcaro to remain in the Class 3 position in the planning board. Is that correct?
I think he had the position previously, so if someone wanted to make a motion, but they could make a motion to appoint anyone they wanted, but I think it's listed that way because he was the previous one and
Right,
I'm not
Yes.
sure if he
All right.
said he wanted to continue to do it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion for Mr. Belcaro to continue on in his Class 3 Planning Board appointment.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler,
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. Now, the second item is the zoning board of adjustments, but there are no names here, so I assume that no one has been.
Now, you have,
Thank
you have letters from the past two members, Joe Marchi and Jesse DeGraw, to continue their memberships on the board in a new term.
But they're not on the resolution.
No, I left them vacant because someone has to make a motion to
Okay.
appoint them.
So someone on the council.
Motion to appoint Joe and Jesse.
Second.
Is there discussion?
Discussion? Yeah.
I'll call the roll.
Yes.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesler,
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes. Now, it seems that this changed.
Yes.
Excuse me. It's done. We gotta move on.
What?
22.
Yeah, no, we're going on, he's just trying to find 22.
Oh, 22.
That's the resolution for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Is that correct, Mayor? Those names that are on there?
I don't know, this is not the way I did it originally, so I don't get it. So, I believe we had appointments or to be considered.
Well, you gave me two lists. You sent me one list and then you redid the list and sent it to me this morning.
Yes,
He's a mayor with consent of council, these appointments.
yes, these are mayor consent of council, but there was another one on here for the rent leveling board, I think. I don't see that here. Where'd that go?
Again, the rent leveling board, the appointments, there is no opening positions. There's no open positions. So I
Again,
didn't list it.
my research indicates that there are several.
I would recommend you just do that one separately and then the council can decide if they agree to it.
I'll have to table that one.
Hey, for what?
Well, the missing committee that's not on here that I had on, this is 10 versions or so that this has happened so far, and I'm not sure what things are. Let's see, we have here these are things that the mayor makes the recommendation and the council votes on them. We have Recreation Committee, Nicole Benenzia for 3 years and Eric Johnson for 3 years. And the Economic Development Advisory Committee.
Can we just start with the Recreation Committee first and have a discussion?
Well, we could, but they're on the same resolution.
Oh, sorry.
We broke out the last one, so.
Sorry. Okay.
The Economic Development Advisory Committee, I'm recommending Marla Endick and Twyla Bartlett. And then as alternates, we have Judy Liptak. So those are my my recommendations there, and I make a motion.
Motion.
You made the motion. Do you want to second it?
Second.
Discussion.
Robin Woods, this was on Recreation Committee, and she submitted a letter stating that she would wish to continue. And I would just appeal to the mayor to actually appoint her. Not that I have anything against anybody new, it's just that the committee's new. Robin has been a great help. Unbelievable, and I mean the fundraiser that's coming up right now without her, I don't know if it'd be going off for the Southwick family. I can't thank her enough for what she's done. We are planning on having subcommittees, so we will have more and more people involved, but I'd really like to see Robin put in again.
Yeah, I agree. Robin's done a lot of work for this town, and she's indicated that she'd like to continue in the position. I think that should be honored. You know, it's great that we have volunteers, and we have our great volunteers. We like to hold on to them. And I believe that Robin should remain on the rec committee.
I'd like to give the people that currently volunteered first bid out of respect to see if they want to continue serving. If not, that's their choice, and then we can move on.
Well, I understand that too, and I did vote for Robin. Robin was on for 2 weeks, 2 weeks, so that's all she's actually been on the Recreation Committee. Officially, yes. Is there another position that maybe we can create?
For Nicole? Sure.
Can we add
We'll be having a
another?
lot of subcommittees.
Well, can we have her on, can we just
I
have,
would prefer Robin, that's just my comment. I would prefer.
well, wouldn't 3 people be even better on the Recreation Committee that needs so much help?
No.
The ordinance doesn't
No?
allow you.
The ordinance.
No, Robin is up for, she'll be done. If you appoint Nicole, Robin is no longer on it. And if I were Robin, I would no longer do it unofficially if we're not going to reappoint her.
No, I'm asking to add another person to the committee,
No,
Can't,
you
the
can't do
ordinance.
that by the ordinance.
so you can't change it?
We have to change the ordinance.
Yeah, and we don't need to
6
change the
months.
ordinance. We have a volunteer that has the experience and has put in the time and absolutely has had, you know, great results and has indicated that she would like to continue. So I would like to keep Robin on the rec committee.
Like I said, she is the power horse behind the Southwick fundraiser coming up this weekend.
All right, then as a gesture of cooperation, I would think that that's not an appropriate thing to do. I'll withdraw Nicole, and you can put it on.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. So that's rec committee.
Okay, any more discussion?
The Economic Development Committee, are we up to that? I disagree with your appointments. I disagree with your appointments. I think that there needs to be some discussion further on who's getting appointed to Economic Development. I don't know who Twyla Bartlett is. I didn't see volunteer forms. We do have to do background checks on our volunteers. Yeah, once I'd like to see someone who's ready to pull this town together and Marla has not demonstrated those traits in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I wouldn't be voting for
I would
her.
disagree entirely.
Of course, I understand that you would. I was just voicing my opinion, and
And she also is highly qualified. She has advanced degree
in what?
in business. She has an MBA with a concentration in economics.
We
Yeah, I mean, you know,
have specific.
We don't want people to be qualified.
We have specific experience that is required on the economic development.
For some of the
and we already
positions, yeah, you
have
do.
some
Not all of
people
them.
with those.
For some of the positions, that's true, and this would not violate that.
Yeah, I disagree with that appointment.
The problem is over the past few years, and I know Marla's a very good marketing person, and
We already have a marketing person.
and I know she can be a benefit for this town.
Hasn't shown that yet.
My concern is some of the things that have happened over the past few years. I want to build these bridges back. I don't want it to be a contentious environment.
And this is how you build the bridges. You bring on board the people who you think are dissidents
Well, I think
to the
someone needs
organization.
to-
They want to come on board and help, and they have the talents and the wherewithal to do that, then you embrace it.
I think they need to display different traits before they're brought on board.
Please.
So, yeah, I disagree with that.
And what is Twyla's?
I also don't know who Judy Liptick is. You know,
I can speak for Judy.
okay. You were appointing people, I don't know these names. I don't know what their background is. I don't know what their experience is.
Well,
See, that's
Twilight
what I
did-
want to do. I want to, excuse me? Really?
Twyla did send in a volunteer
Yes,
form,
she
is that
did. She sent
correct?
the form in, and she's
Yes.
got an impressive resume, which I don't have with me, but if you want to see it, I'll get it to you.
Yeah, I'd like to see the volunteer forms and have some more information before I can make that decision.
Well, you know, I showed my being conciliatory to you, in keeping someone you thought was of value in one of the committees, and I think if we're going to bring everyone in this town together, we need to bring everybody into the government to help. And this is one way to start doing that, and I strongly recommend that you come in.
Well, I guess I can vote on it, and I would disagree because, again, for the reasons I've already stated.
If I may, in 2 weeks, we're going to have another meeting. I'd like all of us to think about this particular R-1522 for 2 weeks, and we'll have a vote on that day.
Or at
We
least-
table this?
Or maybe the economic development part, because the rec we seem to agree on.
And maybe
I'm just asking for that 2 weeks.
maybe Maureen could meet with Marla, Twyla, and Judy.
Why is that?
Fine.
We haven't done that with any other appointment
Well-
tonight, so no, you don't do that.
Are
You have
you-
someone who's qualified, who has got a clean
Put on a
record,
liaison?
I mean, and they want to do it, that's all it is. Let her do it.
You know,
Let her do it.
we're trying to meet with other attorneys. I think at minimum, we could meet with some volunteers and have some discussions.
In 2 weeks, could we have just 2 weeks on this? I think I'm asking for a lot. Just 2 weeks.
Okay, well, table this for 2 weeks, both pieces.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion to table.
Motion,
Second.
I'll roll call that. Councilwoman Schneider,
yes.
Councilman Valcarro.
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesley.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes.
Will we be able to get, if Maureen can get the resume? For, Twyla.
Yeah, the resumes and the volunteer forms.
Number 26.
We started, something happened with the, that other the,
Oh, your rent leveling.
yeah,
Oh,
rent
rent
level.
level.
Yeah, it's already filled. There was no open appointments. If you would like to,
I would like you to
Bring
give
it
me the
back.
information that will demonstrate that this is so. I asked you, when did somebody get appointed?
I gave you all that information,
No, I
Mayor
didn't,
McKay.
I didn't think you gave it to me to the
I
satisfaction.
did. I sent it to you email.
And then what'd you do? I think at the 29th, you appointed someone for a 2-day term?
I didn't appoint
Someone who
anybody.
did that. Yeah.
They appointed Mr. Mengucci to fill Mr. Tuttle's term, which does not expire yet.
Yeah, it's not expired yet.
Well, he had 2 years, and that what the term was?
No,
What was his term?
it was a 3-year term. I gave you a layout of all the terms and when they expired.
All right, I don't want to get into this
No.
thing. We have to discuss all of them and do it properly.
We can table that for 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Resolution number 23, approve temporary municipal and sewer utility budget. I have not seen the budget, so it's hard for me to want to approve it, but
You have the
Oh, it's in here,
resolution of the
yeah.
temporary budget in your agenda packet.
which one?
Here,
Everyone.
everyone.
All here, 3 pages.
It's here. Basically, they take last year's budget and just divvy it out per month.
26, what is it, Marion?
26.25.
Mhm. Just so we can stay in operation. Right.
Okay, motion to adopt it.
Second. Sorry.
Discussion?
Motion second. Sorry.
Discussion?
No.
None for-
Good. Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cade?
Yes.
Council President Chesley?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Okay, resolution number 24, renew membership in statewide insurance fund for a period of 3 years. Motion?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesley?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 25, reappoint Randy May Otterstedt Insurance Agency as risk management consultant.
Did
You missed number 20
28. That's
28.
authorized you.
Oh, first authorized.
Mhm.
Okay. Authorize Mayor McKay to execute statewide insurance fund indemnity and trust agreement. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion, no.
Yeah, discussion? And roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesley?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 25, reappoint Randy May of Otterstedt Insurance Agency as risk management consultant. I thought that was going to be reworded.
Well,
Yeah, I'd like to have a discussion on that.
Yeah.
We had received
So we have-
another.
we have to make a motion
I have to make a motion first.
motion,
Okay, motion.
second. Now you can talk.
So now I can talk. Yeah, we received another, a local bud agency would like to have that position, and they have sent in a letter indicating that they are interested in that. I think that since that is a local business, it's been in this community for over 20 years, and I would like to appoint bud agency to that position. That's all I'd like to say. So I'd like to make a motion to appoint Bud Agency to be the risk management consultant.
We're
We
in the
have
middle of
to-
another
yeah,
motion,
we have
right?
to-
Oh,
So we'd have to vote that one down and then vote
Mhm.
up.
Yes.
All right.
That's good.
Roll call that.
Mhm.
Councilwoman Schneider?
No.
Councilman Belcaro?
No.
Councilwoman McCabe?
So we're voting this.
You're voting Randy.
You're voting the...
That, yes, I am.
No. you can't say
No, I
you're
can't say,
voting- No. No, you don't want Randy.
right, so what do I say? No.
No.
No, thank
Council
you.
President Chesley?
No.
Mayor McKay?
No.
Got it.
Now you
Can't
can,
say-
now you can make the
Motion
motion.
to appoint the Bud Agency to that position.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion.
I think it's good to have local, and he is authorized to work in our GIF, so we're good.
Yes.
Right.
We like local too.
Mhm.
Okay, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesley?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes.
We got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
this is not a resolution. I don't know what this next one is.
It's another agreement. It's the consultants, the risk management. You just appointed Bud Agency. Now you have to, they're going to be your risk management consultants, so you will sign this agreement. And
Now-
we're asking to.
Motion to authorize you to
Authorize.
execute the agreement with Bud Agency.
Mhm.
All right,
Form agreement from state law.
all right, I asked for that authorization.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesler?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Resolution number 26, reappoint Maureen McCabe as Fund Commissioner as required by municipal insurer and Beth Dilts as alternate Fund Commissioner.
Motion.
I can't second myself.
Oh, she can't second herself.
She can.
Can I? Oh, all right, second.
Discussion?
Yeah, can someone on council, Maureen, since you did the job last year, explain what fund commissioner is?
I attended a meeting, we have a meeting, actually it was last year in January. We had a meeting with the risk management consultants came in. They discussed the insurance issues with the town. They've discussed last year our work comp claims. And then they make suggestions as far as, let's say a town has too many work comp issues, they may then make a suggestion on maybe having some safety training classes of, let's try to not be incurring so many workman comp issues.
Okay, thank you.
And that's what we did last year.
Okay, well,
Okay, roll call?
Councilwoman Schneider?
yes.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesler?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. We now move down to another consent agenda of 6 items. Is it appropriate for me to read each of these?
Yes, it is. Are they listed on
Throw it
everyone's
to me.
agenda?
Yes.
They're listed on the public's agenda,
Mhm.
so if you don't wish to, you can. However, if you feel that it would be beneficial to the public, you can feel free.
It's rather,
Yeah, thanks.
It is
Do
a
we
lot of
usually-
numbers.
a lot of
Yeah.
items, so just let it,
Yeah, just
Maybe
One
just
to six.
my resolution 27 and 28.
So, make a motion.
yeah, motion to accept by consent agenda resolutions 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32.
Second.
Discussion?
No.
Councilwoman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Belcarro?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe?
Yes.
Council President Chesler?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. Now we move along to council reports.
No council reports. Any tabling council reports?
They're all tabled. How about
Why are we
report?
tabling council reports? Because we just got our new assignments and we don't have any council reports as of yet.
I do.
If you have anything from 2013, 2014, sorry, didn't you did that in the 29th meeting?
I have something for today. 2015.
You've just got your council
Either
assignments.
case, I think we have a right to do council reports.
Okay,
You can talk about
that's
whatever
fine.
you like.
Yeah.
I have nothing to report.
Mr. Vaccaro?
I know Baltimore Street is a little bit of a mess.
Yes, thank you.
You got that. And winter's here. Asphalt companies will be closing down if they didn't shut down by now. So fortunately that the ground is frozen, so it helps out. You get these, at least get a couple inches out of that. It'll be, So me, myself, I try to stay off Baltimore Street. I go around.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is until it's completed.
Do you know if they're going to continue, or Paul, do you know if they're going to continue to because they keep patching it up and it keeps falling apart?
Right.
Is they going to continue to at least try to patch it up?
Well, every time it rains, you know what happens when it rains, it gets into
Yeah.
the crevices, and when ice forms, it breaks it up, lifts up. It happens with concrete, it happens with asphalt. So, just be cautious. If you can, take a different route. That's what I can say.
I think what we need to do is monitor the trench, and if we see that the trench is settled and it's unsafe for motorists, we need to contact Dan Madden, and we need to advise him of that. We need to advise him to use the provisions in that particular contract to get the contractor to do something so that we don't have an unsafe condition for the public. So I think it's going to be a work in progress. We need to monitor it on a regular basis moving forward if winter work is going to continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it, thanks.
Lori?
If you need my help in that regard, just contact me and I will contact Mr. Madden and make sure we get something done.
I'm gonna go next.
Sure.
I'll go while I'm here. Just as from my previous appointment as LAA liaison and recreation and all that, just a reminder that we have the spaghetti dinner fundraiser this Sunday. If you need any information on that, Saturday, sorry, thank you. If you have any information about it, maybe you should ask Ken or Robin.
4 to 8, right?
It's 4 to 8, yes.
Middle.
Lopat Middle School, yes, 4 to 8 this Saturday. If you haven't reserved already, you can do that, or you can just come in the door. We're taking any walk-ins we can get. There'll be lots of prizes there too. As far as the recreation, we have a meeting next Monday. Even though we didn't appoint anybody today, I invite Eric, Robin, and even Nicole to come to the meeting on Monday. And I think what else? Technology, going to get those email lists going. We want to update the website. I'll have to hold off on that a little until we figure out who our computer person is, because we would have to move everything over. I just want to welcome Mr. McKay, Mayor McKay, to council, and I think this is my 3rd year now. First year wasn't too bad. Last year wasn't the greatest. I'm hoping this year is going to be the best one out of it. I think we should all work together. I know you have a lot of good ideas, and congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, my report is, I did do this last week. Many of you weren't here. We got a Shop Lopatcong card available. Many of them are being purchased at the clerk's office. They're available from 9 to 5 during business hours. This is something we put together to help the businesses of Lopatcong. We want to try to increase foot traffic in Lopatcong. The EDAC committee worked very hard on this. Special thank you out to Bruce Hall, because he did do a lot of the layout on the computer to set it up so that we could get it printed. It's $5. We have discounts from Friendly's, Pizza Hut, the UPS store, Meineke, the Brass Rail. You'll get your $5 back in your first use. So it might be beneficial to get a few cards, so you get one in your car, one for your kids, whatever works. But I just want to let you know we have them in and they're available. That said, moving on, I do agree that we need to work together and make that effort, and that's important because we want to get this town going and keep it going. But in that regard, I feel that some of the appointments that were made tonight, especially to the planning board and then to the environmental commission, I think those appointments may be illegal. So I would like to have those appointments looked at. I don't want us doing anything illegal up here, because either maybe someone's misread an ordinance or a statute, or there's a miscommunication. So I really feel that I should really make a motion to reject these appointments to these 2 committees and have it looked at, because I really think that some of them are quite possibly illegal and could get us in trouble. So
Would they be remanded back to the planning board
I could,
for
yeah,
review?
and obviously we would need the planning board attorney to weigh in and give his opinion, as well as the chairman of the planning board.
Well, they are mayor
it's an
approval
incentive.
without consent of council, so you can't make
Yeah, I
a
understand
motion
that, but
to
it's my,
table that.
We can make a motion.
I can make a motion to have that.
They're
Re-examine.
mayor appointments, so there is nothing council can do to interfere with his appointments. However, if you feel that they are not valid or legal, the council can always request an opinion from the planning board attorney, from myself, from
that you have the authority to
Right.
always get information, but you do not have the authority, in my opinion, to reject his appointment.
Okay.
If it's his appointment. to
Well,
make.
then I'd like to then make a motion to have that reexamined by planning board attorney, by our township attorney, again, to ensure that these appointments are proper.
I'll second that.
Thank you. And that's all I have.
Should we get a quote? Is there an additional fee for Katrina and the planning board attorney
hourly
to do
fee.
this?
I have an hourly fee in my contract.
But the litigation, if we're wrong, could be huge, especially since there could be some development coming in this year if something happens with Ingersoll Rand.
Well, I just
I've
would like to see how much it would around, how many hours of service this would be before we say yes to something. Could be 3 days, could be 2 weeks.
Whatever money is spent on the attorney's opinion would be a whole lot less than if we got sued or had litigation against the town. And as a member of town council, I want to make sure we're doing the right thing up here. I don't think there should be any question about that. If the appointments are correct, then fine, but
I wasn't questioning
prefer
the
to-
validity, I was just questioning the cost.
I understand.
Any appointments that we made were made based on our best effort at determining there were vacancies in these committees.
But that's,
And best effort,
Right.
where we were given documentation substantiating that people were in fact appointed to committees. We have situations where people were appointed to a planning board in 2011 for a 4-year term, and then appointed again in 2013 for a 4-year term. Now, which of those terms counts? I suggest it's the first one, and that term is over. Now, you can make argument on that, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see, what other things you have to substantiate that your all these appointments were right. I mean, I asked for lists of appointments. I got so many different lists, and then I got they didn't agree with the website. They didn't agree with each other, and it was very hard for me to determine which appointments I had to make. So what I did is I determined that I would have to sit down and look at all of the resolutions from past reorg meetings to see if these appointments were actually made. In some cases, I couldn't substantiate it. So in those cases, I kept asking, can you just show me something that shows that this happened? And in some cases, I just didn't get it. So in those cases, I went ahead and made appointments. So that's what it is. If there are legal reasons that I made a mistake, if there are documents I have not seen, I welcome them, and I will reverse the appointment if the seat is not vacant. And that's always been the case. That's what I wanted to do since I got here. So again, what I want to do is put a lot of people that are interested in working and helping this township into those positions. I think it's to all of our benefit to get fresh faces and new people working here, and that's all we're trying to do. That's it.
Experience stands for a lot. This town has a history. If you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. I think that there would be nothing wrong with having the attorneys, the planning board attorney, to examine the appointments to make sure they're proper. And if they are, that's fine, and we're all on board.
That's
But if-
Right, yeah.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll do my own due diligence, but we have to,
Okay.
Right.
get a
I
better
agree,
process
too.
in place for documenting appointments. They have to be better managed.
Right.
And hopefully this kind of thing will not happen in the future.
Right.
I agree.
Okay?
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
So we can just, clear it all out. It would be great. Then we'll know.
So they need to make a
All
motion
righty.
to.
We
what the
made a motion and I second.
You have a motion and a second. Are you ready for roll call?
Give me the motion again.
The motion, go ahead, Maureen.
To appoint the planning board attorney and/or the township attorney to review these appointments to the planning board as well as the environmental
I would
conservation.
question the need for the planning board attorney because the planning board attorney has nothing to do with the appointments.
Yes,
Appointments
he-
are made at the council.
Well, it's the planning board, so he would
He does
know
planning board law.
specifically.
And he's the expert in the municipal land use law, so.
This is
Right.
the land use law.
I believe in the memo I gave you, I said if you disagreed with me, that I recommended you contact the planning board attorney. So I've already given you my opinion.
Okay. Well, I thank you for that, and if you feel that both attorneys would be beneficial, then I'll certainly not stand in your way of doing that.
I would think that Katrina would have minimal work at this point since she has already put in a lot of work.
I can just provide my
Right.
information
Sure.
in addition to whatever's provided by the planning board.
Mhm.
Well, wouldn't you just need the planning board since Katrina did do all of the legwork in
Well, I did it-
looking
I
at
did it
this?
In 2 days. I was asked this question 2 days ago, so I'll look a little more and see if there's anything else.
No, and what I expect out of this too is you're gonna check documents, not take somebody's memory or.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
not all the answers were documents.
Absolutely.
So give me documents that show all these things happened, and then we'll be fine.
No problem.
Okay. Vote.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesley,
Yes,
Mayor McKay.
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Everybody's done?
I have no council report since I've only been in office for 3 hours. Seems like years.
We'll move on.
Alrighty.
Tax collector, there's one, right?
Yes, it's not here.
She's not here.
Here.
Our CFO is here, though, I don't know if she wanted to.
Our new CFO,
Yeah.
our report person, new CFO.
I had I know there's a nice committee on that. I'll take most of this today. I've been here 3 official days, and I had a really, thank you.
Yeah.
I had a really exciting induction into the payroll process by doing a whole year retro for a recent contract. So thank you for that quick education. And everything else, I'll just go over with the clients.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Does that conclude reports from the,
You're gonna need the engineer.
oh, the engineer?
All I want to say was Happy New Year to the mayor and council, the staff here, and the residents of the township were great. And I look forward to working with everybody again in 2015. And I want to personally congratulate you, Tom, on your election by the citizens here. And I look forward to working with you and establishing a working relationship with you.
As
for
well, and we need to
2015.
get together soon to build it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank
Very
you.
Approved department reports. Tom?
Approved
Motion
department.
to approve the departmental reports.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Councilwoman Schneider,
Yes.
Councilman Belcaro,
Yes.
Councilman McCabe,
Yes.
Council President Chesley.
Yes.
Mayor McKay.
Yes.
Now audience participation,
Oh, yeah,
public
we have
comment.
the end of it.
Yes, we're at the end.
All right, I have to make a motion. So.
No, just
Just
audience.
open, 'cause it's-
You just open.
Okay, we'll have public comment. If you wish to come up to the podium, you can give your name and address, and social security number.
I know. Okay, you're a banker.
Yes, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce Hall, I'm 87 Stone Drive, 35-year resident, current member of the Lopatcong Planning Board, Lopatcong EDAC Committee, Lopatcong School Board, former member of the Zoning Board, former chairman of the Rent Leveling Board, longtime member of the Community Day activity, former Lopatcong liaison to the Warren County Planning Commission.
When are you going to start getting active in the town, Bruce?
Yes, I know. To the issue of my reassignment, you're under the impression that my term expired or what? What's your
I could
reason
not
for this?
find evidence
Public
that you
comment,
were
Tom.
moved up from alternate to
Tom,
class 4.
it's public comment.
Oh, I can't
But if he
answer.
wants
Yes,
to,
no,
if
this-
he wants
Shouldn't
to,
answer,
you
no.
can.
I don't. Yeah, because then I have to, it gets kind of crazy. If you have evidence that you can show me that shows that your ascendancy
So I'm
from...
trying to understand your thought process to why you believe I did not.
But if he wants to, he can, Donna. If Tom
Donna,
wants
he
to
can
do
speak
this.
for himself.
Yeah, you know, it's his first night up here. I'm just giving him a little bit
First
of
night.
assistance. Come on.
If you
I
have,
know,
if
but
you have
you-
something you can show
First
me...
of all, Mr. Picaro had a very good suggestion. Before you go changing anybody around whose terms expired or you perceived expired, give them the courtesy of a call and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this to you. Why don't you talk about transparency, you talk about being being fair and reasonable, yet you pull the rug out from people like me, longtime volunteers for this town. I don't know why I do it, because I get beat up by everybody. For God's sakes, I love this town, and that's why I'm here. Now, for God's sakes, I was appointed a year ago. I was sworn in to fill Ann Coyle's unexpired term of 2016. Okay? Beth, you have the documentation. Now, how did I get there to be sworn in? You think I just walked in off the street? The mayor appointed me. Now, whether or not you have a record of it, I don't care. That's not my problem. All I know, I was asked to be on the board. I showed up, and I was sworn in. And it says clearly in the agenda that I filled the unexpired term of Ann Coyle 2016. Okay? So you taking me, and for God knows reason, you put me as an alternate. I got how many years on the planning board and zoning board, and you're going to replace me with somebody who's not even certified? You talk about doing right for the town, yet you're talking out of both ends of your mouth. Your actions, you're not walking the talk, you're not doing what you said you would do. I got the experience, I'm willing to do it, although you never asked me if I would consider stepping down or taking a different position. I think that's wrong. And I think Mr. Porcaro had an excellent idea. Before you do anything like that, give the courtesy to the people who volunteer. Because keep in mind, you guys get paid. We don't. We do this out of kindness out of our hearts. So please, I can forward on the documentation. If you like, get with Beth. She'll show you how I was sworn in. That's my position. You can't remove me. And I understand you have the power and authority to appoint people, but understand, for the planning board and zoning board, you don't have the authority to remove. That has to be done by council. Okay, it's very clear in there. If the person, if you're removing someone or changing someone before their term expires, they have the right to request a public hearing, and council decides, not one person. So follow the law, please.
Bruce, thank you for your concerns, and thank you for all your service.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Polingero, 50 Kyle Drive, Lopatcong Township. There's a lot of things that disturb me about this meeting, from professionalism to bickering, and I'm not pro one side of this aisle or the other. I just feel that this meeting was very unprofessional. It was out of control on more than one occasion, and I think what I found most disturbing was the lack of consulting of council. Whether we agree with council or not, that is the licensed attorney for this township. If something is done up here without consulting council, or after a legality is brought up, you are only leaving yourself open for a major lawsuit. And I'm not picking one way or the other here. I'm just stating a fact. You have hundreds and thousands of people that have cell phones, internet connections. You can research anything. And to do something without consulting counsel that could lead to a legal liability is just reckless. And again, I'm not one side or the other. I couldn't care less about who feels what. Everybody has a right to an opinion. But to be that reckless, I think, is a danger, not only for council, but for every citizen in this township. Thank you.
My Jennifer Lifer, 32 Jade Lane. I want to say congratulations, Tom. I think you did an excellent job tonight. And everyone, I agree the meeting was a little bit hairy, but you want to know what? I think it could have been worse. I really do. And I'm proud of all of you for at least trying to pull it together. I hope, Ms. McCabe, that you'll come along a little bit too, because I do think that we can bury the hatchet. It's the future is ahead of us, and let's do something good with it. We can. We've got a lot of really brilliant, really dedicated people in this town, and the divide is useless to us now. It really serves no purpose. So I'm very encouraged by what I saw, and I hope to see more of it. Tom, I really think you did a great job tonight. I know that being the first meeting, it's tough, and I know that you didn't necessarily, despite your greatest efforts, feel 100% prepared for all the things that would be shot at you. But I feel that you really managed that situation very well, and I'm quite impressed. So also, I wanted to say thank you very much. I really appreciate the idea that you presented of revitalizing our environmental commission. As I think many of you know, I am an environmental professional, and I do think that if we revitalize that commission, and I am, given the opportunity to be the chairperson, that I am in an excellent position right now professionally to maximize the benefit to our township. I'll very briefly, before I go, give you a copy of my brochure because I'm not sure that you guys have ever seen it, but I run a program in our area called the Lopatcong Creek Initiative. We'll be in soon, hopefully, to present that to all of you, but this will give you a little bit of an idea of why I might be very qualified for the position, and I really like the opportunity to do it. Here you go, Maureen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You see it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Lee Rozicki, 56 Puddingstone Way. I'd just like to say I disagree with the previous resident. I think you all acted very professional in assisting Tom his first night. To me, a difference of opinion does not necessarily mean unprofessionalism. You all debated and expressed your views, and that's the process of our American system here. And I applaud you for speaking your point of view and for conceding on some and tabling and perhaps pursuing a more common ground on some of these tabled items. So thank you and good luck to you all, and I look forward to attending these meetings every month. Thank you, and congratulations, Tom.
Diane Hall, 187 Stonehenge Drive. I'd like to address 3 things here. I do know it must have been very difficult for you to step in. It's hard, and I will give you that. I was used to the way we run meetings. Apparently you said that prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance was done at 7. It was not done for your public. So I think it would be nice to at least keep the meeting the way it's supposed to be. On resolution number 1, I'd like to address my concern. Meetings every 2 weeks. I am not passing judgment. It is a question. But Donna, if you had trouble doing things in 30 days, how are you going to do it in 2 weeks? That's my concern. If there is a problem getting your information and reading it or having time to pursue it, every 2 weeks is a problem that I think you're looking at. That's just my opinion. On resolution number 5, if you want new people for change, I understand that. New regime, you want new people. I don't have a problem with that. What my concern is that taking people that know their job several times, not just once or twice, you turn to Katrina and ask, basically, what do I do now? If she's no good, why are you throwing her out? I have a concern with letting Katrina go. On number 21, yes, it does affect my husband. We all know Bruce is my husband. So my problem here is, again, I understand you would like to make some changes, and you have that prerogative. My issue is, you don't cut the throats of others. And the bottom line, doesn't matter what I think or you think. The bottom line is, you have to follow the letter of the law. So before you do anything, I strongly suggest the letter of the law. Okay? So I welcome you. I hope what Lou said does come to pass. It would be nice. I agree with the other residents. I'm tired of the high school stuff that goes on. It's time to move on. But in that being said, don't cut your nose to spite your face. We have been here 35 years. We have volunteered on many of things in this township. We've raised our children here, and now we're having grandchildren. So don't cut your nose to spite your face. just because we're old doesn't mean that we don't know anything. Thank you.
Hello, Mayor. I'm aboard council. Brian Leach. I could sit down. Since you brought up the truck, hopefully they're figuring maybe into this week, middle of next week at the latest. So that's a good thing. But just wanted to invite you down to the garage and say hello.
Over there.
All right, but I also want to let you know that the potholes in the roads we're going to be dealing with them real soon. As soon as the winter breaks here with the snow that's on it and dries up. All right, so, but I also have to let you know, back to what Paul was saying, the cut going down through the middle of Baltimore Street is not ours to handle. I've been getting phone calls on it. I've getting things. I've just been letting a lot of people know that it's not ours. All right, it's contracted out to the gentleman that's handling it. All right, but if somebody called me to make it safe, we would go out and do that. All right, if we had to make the road safe. But, so we are there, but it's really handled by another company. You know, and if I had to go out through a big hole or something, to get through it. So, all right.
Thank
you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marlene Dick 10 Byron Drive. Just want to congratulate you, Tom. Very pleased to see that you made it through the first meeting. I know it hasn't been easy. I just wanted to address council that I am extremely interested in serving on the EDAC committee. Although I guess some of you feel you don't know my background, I do have an MBA from Rutgers University. I've served as a marketing and sales executive. In my current position, I'm responsible for coming up with strategic plans to help companies build their business through online and print communications. I already have laid out on paper for myself a pretty detailed strategic plan to try to reach out to property management companies to bring business to Lopatcong. I think those types of activities are really where we're going to see growth in the township, and I hope that you will consider my appointment. I would really like to work with you all to help bring in more business so that we can lower the tax burden. I really think that is one of the fundamental goals of having an economic development advisory commission. And again, congratulations, Tom. Really proud. Thanks.
Tom, congratulations. Eric Johnson, 361 Stonehenge Drive. I just want to say I'm looking forward to continuing on the recreational committee for 3 years. I'm having a great time on that. And I do want to say to the township and to the council and to all the public, Tom is our mayor. We voted him in by majority vote. Let's all get together here. He is our mayor. We voted for him. Council, don't deter him from doing his job. Administration, don't deter him from doing his job. Let him do his job. Let's work together like professionals and adults. And that's all I ask from you. And thank you, Tom, and congratulations.
Robin Woods is 3 Greystone Avenue. I just wanted to thank you for at least changing the appointment to put me back on for Recreation Committee. I've been serving on that committee for 2 years. I'm also currently PTA president for Lopatcong. So I've been serving as just a volunteer for 2 years on that committee and made, I think, every but one meeting. So I'm looking forward to continuing that in more of an official capacity, as I feel that I've worked hard to do so. So I appreciate your consideration. I just wanted to come up and introduce myself to you because you might not remember me from the open general meeting that we had at Lopat, where we invited you to come and speak to the constituents. So I'm looking really forward to this Saturday. I think it's going to be an amazing day. It's for an amazing family. I hope I will see all of you there. If not volunteering, eating some pasta. Thank you.
Come on, any more?
I'm not coming up strong, man. Bang up, Sean. Great, thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you know, we're just starting here. It's going to be a few weeks, a few times before we get truly proficient and smooth at it. But you all should know that the reason I'm here is not to line my pockets, and it's not for to build a power base. I just want to get in here and get things going in this town again. And that's the only reason. And I can do it if you help me, and I hope you do. Is that, can we close
Make a
this?
motion to adjourn?
Yes. I'd like to hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.